Right, guys, we once again need to call out YouGov for its bogus polls that have the credibility of Diane Abbott hosting Countdown. This is not exactly surprising, but since corrupt politicians like to use these polls as an excuse to make policy, it needs to be called out for the blatant nudge that it is. This time we're talking about 15-minute cities or neighbourhoods that the media like to claim are different things, but we all know they ain't. I mean, check out the cognitive dissonance of Wired.com, who 2 years ago sang the praises of 15-minute cities before yesterday decided they're a conspiracy theory.
Like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
Yeah, this lie's been repeated by a few media outlets, which is laughable when you consider these idiots complain about misinfo online as they literally spread it them bloody selves. And YouGov, as you know, are no different to them, which brings me back to this little post where they claim 62% of people support 15-minute neighbourhoods.
Bollocks.
Now, the actual results of the poll itself are completely irrelevant because YouGov polls can't be trusted as the Lotus Eaters podcast tore apart during the
pandemic.
Thousands and thousands of people.
And yeah, here's the YouGov poll if we can get it up. 71% of Britons support people being required to show proof of double vaccination in order to get into nightclubs.
I just don't believe you. I just don't believe you.
Who?
I love the idea that 90% of 65-year-olds are like, yeah, my children or my grandchildren have to be vaccinated to go into a nightclub.
Oh, no, me, I need to go to the nightclub. Like,
Like
that's not going on. Also, 57% of 18 to 24-year-olds support that.
Don't believe it.
No one believes this. This is just obviously not the case. Like, your sampling is unbelievably bad. And if it was a one-off, maybe you could try it up with just being, we've got bad sample size or something. It's not. There have been a lot of mockery of this. So we go to the next one. You got Richard Tice mocking this. Extraordinary. Within hours, most big controversial government policy announcements. YouGov come out with a supportive poll. Never one that disagrees with the government. Coincidence.
Really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah. Of course, there's some other mocking, which I really enjoy, so we go to the next one. Breaking. YouGov poll found that 137% of Brits support vaccine passports. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
But I also mentioned here the Minister for Vaccines. He's the co-founder of YouGov.
Nadim Zawi, the vaccine minister and the founder of YouGov. And they keep getting polls that totally, overwhelmingly support their initiatives. Wow, this is just really, really democratic. This isn't Banana Republic stuff or anything like that.
Yeah, YouGov are not to be trusted, and this poll is just more proof of that, but it's not based on the results, but instead based on the question itself. It says, to what extent, if at all, would you support or oppose your local authority setting a target to make your area a 15-minute neighbourhood? And by a 15-minute neighbourhood, we mean the idea that every person within an area should be within a 15-minute walk of basic amenities, e.g. a pharmacy, schools or a supermarket. Now, does anyone else see the problem with how that's framed, or should we say how much is actually omitted from the description of what a 15-minute neighbourhood will be? I mean, from that bit there, a 15-minute city sounds like how a normal city area used to be, but as we know, a real 15-minute city will be styled on the C40C's crap Sadiq Khan hopes to sneak in London. This will involve banning private cars, mass surveillance, fines for leaving your designated living zone without a bloody permit, and all the other insanity that's going to go along with that. Now, obviously, it won't stop there because the Green Commie's wet dream would be unworkable without a social credit system, facial recognition software, and carbon climate credits, which naturally YouGov conveniently forgot to mention alongside banning free movement and, of course, private cars. This means if they really asked people to respond to this poll, then they did so without the correct information, and that's if they bothered to actually ask people at all. I mean, at this point, would anyone be surprised if YouGov completely forged a poll? Because I know I bloody wouldn't. Shit, trusting a YouGov poll for me is like trusting Jimmy Savile to babysit your kids, or like trusting this Wankstein to give out medical advice.
Without proof of the vaccine, you can't go into a pub, club, restaurant, gymnasium, anywhere at all. You can't travel, theatre, you can't even go into work. I mean, personally, I have to say, I don't even think that we should allow people on the streets unless they've had the vaccine.
Yeah, you just don't do it, so spread this around in the hope that people see it and don't believe the crap being fed to them by YouGov and of course the bloody media.
Pandemic.
Where